All right, here we are with point 2 of your 15-point practice plan. And point 1, of course, was the first of 5 points having to do with how you package a law product or service. And the packaging of it mean not literally tying it up with a bow, but really conceiving of it as a commodity, something that has repeatable features. And the first point was to choose a client population, a demographic, perhaps, a certain group of individuals. There could be entities, corporations that have similar interests, similar needs for law products or services. Once you've chosen the client population, the second challenge is to discern that population's objective, their lawful objective, what they're trying to achieve, their goal, if you want to think of it that way, using your law products or services. In this client-centered approach, you must understand what your clients are trying to achieve. And the discerning, the stating of the objective is something you do early, even before you meet the client in this practice plan. You really want to understand where the needs are out there in practice. And the needs may be many for any one individual, but you want to discern a certain client population and an objective, a limited number of goals that they have to achieve through the use of your client services. For example, it may be with respect to a criminal charge, you might think of it as, well, they want to beat the rap, beat the charge. But more generally, when individuals are charged with crimes, they may wish primarily to preserve their job or preserve their marriage or preserve some other interest, preserve their license, their professional license, preserve their reputation. So discerning and defining and stating the client population's objective can lead a long way toward being able to craft, design, commoditize, in a sense, an appropriate law product or service. Stating the client's objectives, finding the population of clients, whether perhaps business startup clients or clients involved in a divorce, clients involved in not just forming a business, but dissolving a business, clients in disputes with their neighbors, or wherever you see the client population, discern what their needs are that your product or service might achieve some lawful objective that is commonly or even uncommonly served by a law product or service. That's the second step. What is it that you can do or that you have that you can offer that will help the client achieve the client's goal? A clear statement of objectives, of the major goal to achieve with your product or service is that second point. You want to be client-centered about this. Certainly you have goals, and it may be to earn adequate fees to sustain your practice. It may be to, for the challenge and pleasure of winning trials, but those are seldom the goals of a client. They're not thinking in terms of legal victories, but they have human, social, maybe financial, moral, or spiritual goals, peace of mind, for instance, the assurance that an estate plan would bring. They may not have any interest, particularly in your estate planning product, but they may have a great interest in demonstrating that they're the world's best husband or wife or mother or father. And that might be achieved through an estate plan, a will, a guardianship, something of that nature, about which the client is less concerned because they're not thinking in terms of your law product or service. They're thinking in terms of their goal, what they might gain, the value you might add by providing them with a competent or even beyond that, a masterful service. So find your client population, let that come out of your commitment, your community, your passion, but then discern the need and let your definition of the need be a broad and human definition, the client's definition of the objective, not your definition of the objective. And if you understand that, if you know what the client's trying to achieve with your law product or service, then you'll be a long way toward being a success in your practice plan. I hope the second point has helped. We'll have the rest of the points for you coming right up.